Welcome back to Tampa Bay Business Connections. And next we have, I'm saying next, like I've been here all day, Darian Ward with Goosehead Insurance.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for taking the time to come on the show today. First, let's start by saying what you do.
My name is Darian Ward with Goosehead Insurance. I am an independent insurance agent. I do write home, auto, umbrella policies, boat policies, flood, any of your personal lines insurance.
Okay, so anything but commercial.
Anything but
don't
commercial.
do commercial.
That is
Okay.
correct.
And how long have you been doing this? Because you look like you're 12. I'm just saying.
Why, thank you. No. I've been doing it for 8 years.
Okay, a while.
I've been a licensed agent for 8 years. I've been around insurance basically my entire adult life.
Okay.
My family owns 2 Allstate agencies, and I
Okay.
started off helping them just do stamps and mailers, and then at 22, I got licensed, and I'm 30 now.
Okay, so you're not 12. You just
No.
look young. Okay. So you've been doing this for a little while now, and you're a local independent, did you
Yes.
say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Independent broker. So I write with
Okay, broker.
Yeah,
All right.
35 A-rated carriers.
Okay.
Essentially, it gives us options to be able to bring people in on all sides of the business, right? Instead of just saying, okay,
Sure.
look, we only have one line that we can provide you,
Sure.
and then the other one's an insane price, right? So this way we can shop other companies, and we can bring
Okay.
into one agency and make your life easier.
Okay. So someone can come to you for all of their personal insurance needs, and then you just have all the resources to shop it all for them and come back.
Yeah, with a pretty cool fancy rater. It's proprietary to Goosehead. And
okay.
we go in there and it shows us all the options for you so we can pick the best price policy for you with the best coverage.
Okay, yeah, 'cause it's not always just about the best price necessarily,
No.
right?
is
So you
very
got to be able to compare the. So if somebody's interested in chatting with you about having a look at their policies, they could just connect with you, and you could just see how you compare, or.
Oh yeah, it's about, to do a full comprehensive review, it's about a 15 to 30 minute conversation. And then once we do that, we move forward and we push it through the rater, like I mentioned, then we go into carriers and get exact numbers for you. So it can really break everything down, make sure that you're covered properly.
Okay, yeah, I guess that's important.
Yeah.
We've actually chatted a couple of times about our
That we
insurance
have.
need, and we have
Yeah.
some coverage through the Goosehead as well. But a commercial division would be somebody that you would just refer to, because for
Correct.
people who are business owners.
Yes. There's actually other Goosehead agents that do write commercial. My license allows me to write commercial, but through my current franchise agreement, I don't write.
don't? Oh,
Nah.
interesting. Okay.
And then I also have some good friends in the insurance world that I trust through my local insurance advisory team. We do advocacy work through insurance. We meet with legislators on the state and national level. So I trust those people ethically. So I have some pretty good referral contacts there.
Very nice. And you're a part of the local WPBA, because you're on the WPBA segment. Right? Yes.
Go WPBA. Join the awesome group.
That's right. And which chapter are you a part of?
I'm a part of the Thursday lunch chapter, the best chapter. Yep.
Ooh, the best chapter. You are at a smoking location,
Yes.
right? Because
The
their
food's
food
great.
at Giovanni's
Yeah.
is awesome.
Wonderful location, right on the water there too.
Yes,
Can't beat
yes,
it.
that's true. And you're an active participant in the Bowling for Boobs?
I am. Active is a good way to put it. Yes,
Active,
I have been the last couple of years. If you're out there, it's quite the show. We'll put
It
that
is
way.
quite
Leave
the
it up.
show,
Yeah.
yes. So if you
Make 'em come out, yeah.
feel like you want some leverage on them, just go to WPBA's website or their Facebook page and have a look, and you might find our friend Darian sporting his
It's a
Bowling for
tutu.
Boobs attire.
Oh,
Tutu,
yeah.
yes,
It's a
yes.
tutu.
I was
We
going
don't
to
wanna
be
give away too
kinder than
much,
that. But super fun, right?
Oh,
Super
yeah.
fun. But
Have a good time.
what a great way to give back to the community, and we appreciate you participating.
Wow.
So
Happy to be a part of it.
Enthusiastically, right? That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, it is a great time. Seeing how WPBA really affects people's lives in a
Sure,
positive way
sure.
is really great. The Bowling for Boobs and the Grinch, of course, as you know.
Of course.
I sat with one of the families the previous year, and that was such an honor. I was quite the experience.
What great experience. So a little birdie told me that you got an award.
Yes, yesterday
Yes.
I did.
Tell me about it. Tell
thank you.
us about
Yeah.
it. We want to know.
Thank you. I was awarded the Affiliate of the Year through West Pasco Board of Realtors. So essentially, I have volunteered time and helped out at the board to the point of I got an award for it, essentially. Yeah.
So you just were getting involved and making a difference in your community, and they said, "Hey, you rock," and they gave you an award.
Yeah, and they put me on a leadership position there as well. So I think they make me want to do more work there.
They
But, that's all right.
Yes, that could be, in disguise. Let's get some more work out of this guy.
Yeah,
No,
that's all
leadership
right.
is always a really great way to gain some influence for yourself. So that's a great thing for your business. Plus, you're doing a great thing for the organization as well.
Yeah, and personally too. It's a win-win-win.
Right?
Love
It is a win-win-win. Absolutely. What else would you like us to know about you or about Goosehead?
Well, we do partner with loan officers and realtors because we
Okay.
have a proprietary rater, as I mentioned before, but we also have a pretty cool system built out where we can get closing binders out within an hour. So that's a big deal for your realtors and loan officers, so we never hold up a closing. So that's why
Okay.
we align ourselves to partner with them, so that way we can help them out on their end and work together smarter.
Smarter. So are you looking for people to partner with in that way?
Oh, yes.
Always looking for people,
Actively,
so somebody,
yes.
okay, could reach out to you and say, hey, this might be a good, collaborative kind of arrangement.
100%. And being that we are an independent brokerage, we offer a lot of options for their clients as well. A lot of times when someone's a new home buyer, especially a first-time home buyer, they're maybe not buying the Taj Mahal, right?
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So it kind of gets into some funny underwriting situations on the home, or maybe they're required to have flood insurance. I currently have 5 private flood insurance carriers, 3 separate.
Wow.
Then, yeah, it's just expanding, and it's going to continue to in the state of Florida, really throughout the country. That's what Congress has been focusing on the last 2 to 3 years in insurance world. So you're going to see more of a push for that as the actuarial numbers get better. But so I write through 5 currently, so we can help make sure that we give them options. Right at the end of the day, that's what people want.
right,
They don't want to
right.
go, well, I have the same flood rate with everyone,
Right.
and it's $5,000 a year. And yeah, I've seen it. I've seen actually a $10,000 one a year.
What?
Luckily, that's not the case for everyone, right?
Oh, my
That's your
word.
worst flood zone out there is the VE, right on the water,
Right.
$1 million house, multi-million. Yeah.
Okay, well,
So,
if
but
you can afford $1 million home, yeah, you could probably afford the $10,000
you hope
policy.
so. You hope so.
right?
You never know.
Yikes. I had actually, that's good news because I'd actually heard someone say that you couldn't even get flood insurance anymore. And I thought, oh, we don't live in a flood zone, so we don't have to have it where I am. But that was startling to me. So that's not
Yeah.
true at all.
It's not. And part of your property is on a flood zone out there in the boonies. You're right on that
you
piece of
do,
water,
right?
and you know where you're
Well,
at.
we're on a lake.
Yeah. So, but that's a great reason to bring that up, though, is that just because part of the property is in a flood zone doesn't mean your home's on the flood zone, right? That's
Right,
in yours.
right. That's the case
and
for
you're in
us.
the preferred flood zone. So you get
We're
the preferred rate.
That's right. We're in the preferred flood.
That
mercy.
means less money to cover you properly, though.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, yeah, but you always get insurance. Just matters how much you're going to pay for it.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Actually, we're right in the middle of working on that, aren't we?
Yes, we
Still
are.
haven't finished
Yeah.
that policy.
Yeah.
As a homeowner, I'm always concerned about, where I'm putting my trust.
Of course.
Right? So I want to feel like, which is why you're, working on a policy for us, because I know you, right? So we have met in WPBA, we have done some events together, and so I have that, it's kind of a cliche, the know, like, and trust things is such a cliche
It wasn't the
sounding.
tutu, was it?
It was totally the tutu. I'm like, I have to do business with this man. He wears a tutu. No, it wasn't that. But because I see your heart in that, right? And I see your heart in WPBA, and I've gotten to know you, so that makes me want to do business with you because I trust you, which is kind of a big deal. But the fact that you're
Appreciate
local is also a really big deal to me as a business owner. We like to keep things local, and I want something. If something goes wrong, I want to.
You can find me.
I know where you are,
I really
man.
have clients say it all the time. I know where to
That's
find you.
right.
And I'm
I know
like,
where to
hey, look, you
find
got
you.
my cell phone number, you have my personal
That's
email, my
right.
work email.
Yeah, and if you ignore me, I'm showing up at Thursday meeting, and I know
enjoying
you'll
a
be
delicious
there.
lunch
That's
too.
right.
Hang out with them.
That's right. That's right. So, okay, we are almost out of time. So, is there anything else you'd like to share with us in like 25 seconds or 20 seconds that we should know about you or your business?
I would just say in the insurance world in general, do a yearly checkup, almost like on your
Oh,
body,
good.
right?
Okay.
It doesn't have to be with me, just with a trusted professional.
Okay.
Just once a year. Could take an hour tops. I mean,
Right.
that's like kind of more the extreme scenario. You're talking an hour of the entire year to make sure that you're financially covered
Sure.
and that you're protecting yourself and your family.
Yeah.
And maybe your home, your largest asset you might ever own
Right.
in your lifetime. Just take that time.
Just smart.
Be important.
Yeah. That's just smart. Good stuff. Oh. Okay, so we are out of time. So thank you so much for coming and spending time with us today. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you very much.
Alrighty. See you in a few minutes. And welcome back to Tampa Bay Business Connections. And our next guest, today we have Nate Darling with 1-800 Water Damage and Sarah, but I didn't get your last name, Sarah.
Holman.
What's that?
Holman.
Holman. Well, welcome. Thank you guys for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So, who am I going to ask first? Who wants to answer the first question?
I will.
You will.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us what you guys actually do.
So we're a 24/7 emergency restoration service company. So we do water damage, water mitigation, fire damage. We do industrial and residential carpet cleaning. And we also do automobiles and odor elimination.
But it's all around some sort of catastrophic damage, right?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Quite a bit. But we
Flood
will
or-
do just carpet cleaning. If,
interesting. Okay.
You know, you've got a pet stain or something,
Okay.
we do that as well. So
I didn't realize
Yeah, a
that.
lot
it's
of
not
people
all just disaster.
Okay,
you know.
well, the name kind of makes you think that it's about
It does.
disaster.
Right.
So
It does,
I wouldn't
yeah.
have known that had you not shared that.
Yeah.
And so, are you the owner?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yep.
tell us how long you've been doing this.
So going on 2 years now.
Okay.
I was a firefighter for 20 years. I retired, moved to Florida, and wanted to start a business. So I think one of the things I enjoyed about my previous career was helping people. So I knew when I went into business that I wanted to do something that would still impact people's lives.
Sure.
I still wanted to have that good feeling when I help somebody out.
Sure.
So,
And this is definitely one of those times in life where people are like,
right.
Don't know
yeah.
what to do.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't have a clue what to do. Something happens and you get some water damage, at least for that piece of it.
Right.
Or if they have a fire, correct?
Correct.
So then you're going to come in and, so what do you really do?
So, you
Right?
know,
What does that mean? I
water
come in and
damage.
fix.
Water damage wise, I mean, people will call they've got a broken pipe. The bedroom's filling with water. We'll direct them to a plumber to come out and get the water
Okay.
shut off. We'll start on our way with our equipment. We'll extract the water. We've
Okay.
got a bunch of different ways of drying out walls and floors and all kinds of stuff.
We like to stop the water before it has a chance to mold
Right.
behind your drywall or underneath your floor. So,
Because then, yikes, it's a whole
right,
new
it's a
ballgame.
whole nother
Yes.
thing.
Right?
Yes.
So is that possible? Like if there was a flood and you got right on it and got the water extracted out and started drying, that's possible to not end up with mold?
Right,
Correct.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
We come in with a lot of crazy equipment and get the place dried out as fast as we can. And again, if we get the call early enough, we can definitely avoid mold potential.
Right.
Mold
So-
potential.
Yeah.
Mold potential.
And then we take care of that too if you do have mold.
Right.
Okay, so if
You
it's,
know-
it happened at midnight and you walked in the next day and went, oh, look.
Well, a lot of times
Right?
with, especially in this area with snowbirds, they're gone for a
Oh,
while. They've
good
had a
point.
leak. They come down to Florida, open up the door, and lo and behold, the place is full of mold. So
Oh,
All the
that's
time, yeah.
awful.
yeah, so we can take care of that. Sometimes people will just delay for whatever reason in calling us, and
Sure.
and in this area with the heat, humidity, that kind of thing, mold can
Happens
grow
quickly.
pretty
Right.
quick. So
Wow.
it's something. If you have a leak, don't be afraid to give us a
Right,
call.
get on
and-
it
and
right
get
now.
on it. So
And is this something that insurance usually covers for them? So,
It
Oh,
depends. You really have to talk to your insurance agent to make
Okay.
sure that it does, because in a lot of cases, people don't even think about it.
okay.
They don't think about mold.
Yeah.
And
you want to ask about mold coverage.
specifically, yes.
Okay, so it's not a normal
No,
part of
it's not.
policy
You have to get it
usually.
added on.
Okay, but the water damage piece.
Yeah.
The water damage piece, a lot of times we can keep the loss from being over deductible. We can keep it under deductible.
Oh, nice.
In that case, we can save the homeowner some money. If we don't have to deal with the insurance companies and all that
Sure,
stuff,
that
we can
makes
offer
sense.
discounts to the homeowner, save them money. The insurance company's happy because we kept it under deductible.
Right, they didn't have to pay anything.
Yeah, so, and again, we're relatively new, so I encourage people to give us a call, just have us out. If it's a loss that's close to deductible, even a little over, we'll do everything we can to get it under the deductible to, make the insurance companies happy and,
Sure.
and keep the homeowner, hopefully save them some money.
Right.
So, and having us out for an assessment, we do that for free. So-
Okay, so someone can call you and say, hey, I think I have an issue, and you'll just
Right.
come out and give them an idea of what they're looking at
Right.
for
Absolutely.
remediation and what it might cost them. And
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Yep.
And then the fire is obviously probably people are responding much more quickly if they have
Right,
fire, right?
definitely.
How quick?
We've got several different products we can use to get rid of the odors. We'll come
Really?
in and we'll clean all surfaces. We'll replace anything that needs to be replaced. A lot of times I take on the reconstruction portion myself.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm actually hands-on and,
So
I can-
carpentry stuff.
Carpentry
as well.
stuff,
Okay,
yeah,
interesting.
that as well. So people seem to like that because you're not waiting on subcontractors
Sure,
and trying to schedule
sure.
different jobs.
So you guys are contractors as well, then?
To an extent, yeah. If I'm certainly not going to come in and rebuild half a house.
Sure.
But
Do as much as we can.
we do as much as we
Sure.
can. So,
Interesting.
and I
interesting.
enjoy the reconstruction portion too. So
Very
that was kind of what I did as a side job when I was a firefighter. It was always
Because you had time for a side job
construction.
when you were a
well,
firefighter?
all firefighters have two jobs, and mine
I
was
didn't know
always
that.
yeah, mine was always kind of carpentry related.
Carpentry, okay, so this
it fed in nicely to this business.
Sure, so then that makes sense, going from firefighting to what you're doing now, that kind of ties it together for us.
Well, and I always say, I caused a ton of water damage over 20
so
years,
it's your-
so now I'm kind of making up for
That's
it.
awesome.
So, yeah,
Oh, you did, didn't you?
I did.
Yes.
I did. I flooded a lot of houses. So.
Yeah. We had a fire in a business once
Yeah.
years ago where we had a lot of water damage, so I totally know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So now you're on the other side of the coin.
Absolutely.
How nice of you. Right. So, Sarah,
Yes.
tell us what you do. We have an owner. Tell us what you do in the business.
I am the marketing coordinator.
Okay.
So I attend a lot of networking events, and I handle the social media. And then I'm also a project estimator. So when they
Okay.
do go out to jobs, I build the estimate for the customers. And I work closely with the insurance agents. And we use a program called Xactimate. And it's the same price range that insurance adjusters use. So everything
Oh,
is
nice.
fair and agreeable.
Okay. So you're not giving them one price and the
Right.
adjuster coming out and going, Psst,
Nope.
right?
Right.
Which is helpful
Yeah.
for us, the homeowner. Very nice.
Well, the other thing with Xactimate too is this was created by the insurance industry. So
Okay.
technically, if you're looking for several different estimates, you have 3 different restoration companies coming out. We should all be,
Like
On the same page.
Right, 'cause
really,
you're all
really
using the
close to
same
each other.
software.
Because if somebody's not using Xactimate, there's a
Okay.
problem. So
Okay.
we should all
There's a
be
real problem here.
Yeah, we should all be pretty close. So a lot of
Okay.
people, they want to delay the repairs so that they can get several estimates. And again, I try to say, this, especially with moisture, this is something we need to jump on quickly.
Right.
And a simple phone call question to another company: do you use Xactimate pricing? If so, we should all be in the same ballpark.
Okay,
So,
very nice to know.
find somebody you like. Hopefully that's us, and
Right.
have us out there and get us on the repair.
Wow, that's good to know. That's really good to know because I am one of those homeowners that likes to get,
Sure.
more than one estimate.
Absolutely.
So that plus you get a feeling from people, right?
Right.
I like to connect with people on a human level, but knowing that they're all going to come in with the same numbers or they should be coming in with
Right.
the same numbers,
Yeah.
then gives you a little bit of peace of mind that the first person you have out isn't necessarily trying to take advantage of you.
Right, swindle you.
Sure.
Swindle, yeah, there's the word that I was trying to come up with without,
Time
being
really
too
is of the essence,
Yes.
though, when there's moisture in the home.
Sure.
Because it can turn bad really fast and spread. Water spreads so quickly that you don't even realize it can go up an entire wall with just what's on the floor.
Yeah,
Wow, that's scary.
a little bit. Yes.
Really scary. So water bad, call 1-800-WATER damage fast.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, so we're running out of time here, but is there anything else that you'd like for everyone to know about you specifically or your business or maybe how you're different?
Well, again, we're a 24-hour emergency service.
Okay.
So we've been talking about speed during this thing. So again, I encourage people, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm there. I spent the
Wow.
last 20 years of my life getting up in the middle of the night for different circumstances,
Right.
and that hasn't changed. So anytime somebody needs us, we're there,
Wow.
ready to respond. And
That's crazy.
yeah, so
Yes. Okay, so that's good to know. Tell us how to connect with you. If we
So,
need more information.
a lot of people don't realize 1-800-WATER-DAMAGE is
Literally,
a phone number. So
I didn't know that. I should have.
1-800-WATER-DA will take you to our call center. And,
Okay.
we're the only 1-800-WATER-DAMAGE franchise in this area. So basically,
Okay.
anybody in the Tampa area.
Okay, we are ready for our next segment. Thank you for your time, and we appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank
All
you
right,
for having me.
thank you so
Thanks.
much.
We'll see you soon. And welcome back to Tampa Bay Business Connections. And our next guest is my friend, Jeri Houghton. Did I say that right?
You did.
She's my
You did
friend, but I
great.
only call her Jeri. Jeri Houghton.
That's all right.
And Jeri, welcome. Thank you for coming. I know this is your favorite thing to do, but I'm super excited for you to be here. Tell me about what you do.
I do hair.
I do hair.
I do hair.
Oh, you do more than hair. You own.
Hot Locks Hair Salon.
Okay. And that's in Hudson, yes?
Yes.
Okay. And what do you do there at Hot Locks Hair Salon? Besides hair,
Just
nothing?
kind of sit around.
Drink
and-
coffee?
Yeah. No, actually, I've been doing hair in our community for 36 years.
Wow.
And
So you have a little bit of
I
experience.
have just a little bit of
Just a little bit.
experience. So we do hair cutting, styling, foiling, perming. Not so much anymore,
okay.
but you know what? Things are coming back in, so
Okay.
you never know
It could
what's
happen.
on the horizon for hair.
Right. And then like updos for proms, weddings, that kind of thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes we go on location and do.
Oh, okay. Like
in
bridal parties or
special
whatever?
needs, right, depending on where
Nice.
they're getting married, or
Very nice.
hopefully they come to the salon because it's much easier to
Well, and funner.
to do
right?
hair and at Hot Locks. I mean,
Right?
it's a great place.
It's beautiful, right?
Yes,
you have a
it
nice little
is.
sitting area, and the atmosphere is lovely. And you have some other things there too, as well. So you have your esthetician. So tell us about your esthetician.
Lynn is our esthetician, and she's been at Hot Locks now for a year. So she does everything from personal skincare needs, spray tanning, peels.
I didn't know that.
Yes,
Spray
dermaplaning of the skin, eyelash and eyebrow tinting, and really just the relaxation facials are amazing. So come in
Nice.
and meet Lynn. She's a great addition to Hot Locks. And we also have a new relaxation salt room.
Ooh, tell us about that.
We're super excited about that. You get a session in the relaxation chair that's a massage chair from your neck down to your feet.
Nice.
And I have salt blocks in there for healthy breathing. There's aromatherapy and sound therapy.
Nice.
So it's just amazing.
So you can just come in all stressed and just leave
And leave
like
with,
jelly.
with new hair, a new face,
Oh, how
and be totally
lovely.
relaxed. Yes.
How lovely. So someone could come in and have the relaxation thing, and then maybe go have a facial.
Yes, that's what we try to do. And then you get your hair done after your
Right.
facial.
Don't do the hair
There you
first.
go.
That doesn't work.
Sometimes it doesn't work out that way, and you have to get your hair
Yeah.
done because of scheduling. Oops, sorry.
Sure. Sure. That happens. But if you're having an event, like if you were a bride or a special day, you're going to try to end with your hair so you look lovely.
Yes.
When you're done.
Yes.
Do you have anybody doing makeup or any fun things like that?
We don't have anybody doing makeup, but all the skincare that Lynn does is all organic. So you
Ooh,
have
tell us
no
about
worries
that.
about having any kind of irritation from the products that she's using. And our spray tan system is a sugar-based product. So you get a natural spray tan.
Really?
It works with your own body, however your natural body would tan, and that's how
So
the
it's like
system
a
works.
chemical reaction.
Yes,
like
it reacts
the sun
to
is.
your, yes, absolutely.
Interesting.
So it's great.
Wow, I had no idea. So is it like a stand up where you stand up and they spray? Tell me about it. I'm
Yeah,
curious.
we have a tent.
I need a tan.
Yeah, so do I. There's a tent that you stand in, and it just really the reason why you have a tent is to just keep all of the product
Contain the spray.
contain the spray,
Okay,
so it doesn't
okay.
spray all over everything. But you can come in and just have your face sprayed or your entire body. It's whatever you're comfortable with.
And it's a natural looking because it's not you spraying on color.
You don't leave orange. You do leave brown, and then you wait 24 hours, and then you shower it off.
Okay.
And it's an amazing
And then
tan.
it's a natural looking
It is.
tan.
And even someone like
Ooh, I
me
want to
that's
do that.
pure white gets a
too.
really nice, want to compare?
Oh, let's.
There you go.
I don't know. I'm whiter, I think.
I probably should have gotten a spray tan before I came on, but
We just blinded the
didn't have it in
camera
the schedule.
audience. Sorry, audience. That wasn't. Oh, too funny. You should have. We would have loved to see
I know
that.
that would be funny.
That would be funny. I'm excited to check that out. So you've been doing this for a long time, even though you look like, you're 21, you young thing. So surely in your career, you've done some other fun things.
I have.
A little birdie told me you did some educating.
Yes, I was an educator for Bricado International for about 7 years and got to travel around and do the hair shows and be
Wow.
backstage and start with the Thursday night model calls, and then Friday you prepare the models with choreography and costumes and makeup, and then Saturday was main stage, and that's kind of where I met John. He was filming
Our
the main
producer.
stage events. Yes.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yes.
Wow. So the reason that I asked you about that is because that means you really know your stuff,
Well,
right?
thank you.
You can't teach others until you know your craft really well. So
Right.
that just says, I know my craft really well. So
It was a great way for me to learn more about the product
Sure.
and share the information, the features and benefits of everything that we're using on their hair every day in the salon.
Right.
And then you get to meet so many great people when you're traveling around. I stayed local in the Florida area when I was doing the education, and we were networking, is what they called us.
Sure.
We were the little Mercado networkers around
Sure.
town. And it was great. You did a series of about 7 classes, and you took the salon through the journey of the classes. And it was just a great way for me to become more comfortable with what I do and
course.
learn how to talk to people and just, travel a little bit before I had children.
Right. How fun.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was really a long time ago.
Because how old are your children? Because they're like grown.
22,
Yeah.
20, and 18.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
they're grown. So this was a while back.
Yeah.
But fun stuff.
But we educate every day in the salon. When my client sits in my
Okay.
chair, I start with the consultation, and you're, learning about their hair, so you're teaching them from start to finish. And hopefully you can guide them through how to make their hair look close to the way you do it, because that's the goal.
Right.
You want them to be able to have an easy time with their hair at home.
Right. Well, recreate the amazing that you get in the salon, right? Because you always go home from the salon looking really great.
Well,
Right?
if your
that's the
stylist
goal.
invites you
Right.
to come in and bring the tools that you use at home, then you know you've got a really good stylist. If they're going to say, look, bring me the brushes that you use, the product that you use, the flat iron, your blow dryer, and that way you can troubleshoot and help them figure it out, so it's not such, a horrible thing every morning to fix their hair before they go to work, or just whatever they're doing for the day.
I've never had a stylist ask me to bring in the stuff that I use at
It's
home.
super important, because as the consumer, you want to be able to go home
Right.
and recreate what your stylist has done for you. But if I don't know what you're using at home, I can't help you.
Right.
If I'm using something completely different,
Right.
how can you expect it to look the same, really?
Right.
And some people, I do ask them just to leave their heads with me, and they can come back and pick it up later. But
you could just come back later.
They
and
generally don't
they don't
like
do
to do
that.
that. No,
what an
it's-
amazing difference, though, that makes.
It does.
Behind the chair, to be able to say, to educate people, and then say, here's how you can recreate this look at home. Here's what's missing.
I remember being so scared to go into a salon when I was a young lady. I felt so intimidated, and then somehow I ended up in this industry, and I, at Hot Locks, have created an environment that's warm and cozy, and
Nice.
having people bring their tools just makes them realize that you really do care what they look like,
Right.
and how it's going
Not
to work
just
out.
the
for-
day
It's
that
not-
they leave your salon.
It's not
right?
just
Yeah.
about that moment, right?
That's what makes you unique, right
It's about
there. That's
carrying you
very
over
cool.
till the next time I get to see you.
That's
Yeah.
very cool. Okay, so I need you to be my hairdresser now.
Okay. Bring your bag.
Bring my bag. Tell us how we can find you. I assume you still have room for me in your schedule.
I do.
So, okay. or okay, some of them. Tell us how to find you.
Okay. I am on US 19, 13414, US
Okay.
Highway 19 North. That's on the east side of 19.
Okay.
A little bit north of 52,
Okay.
south of Hudson Avenue.
Okay. And your phone number?
727-514-9978.
Okay. So I'm going to call quickly so that I can get in ahead of y'all. But thank you so much for coming out and spending time with us. I learned a lot from you. And I learned why people should be calling you.
You should.
And they should be at Hot Locks for all the
That's
cool
right.
stuff.
Hot Locks
So-
Hair Salon.
Okay, thank you so much. We're out of time.
Thank
Let's
you.
move on to the next segment. We'll see you in a few minutes when we come back with Tampa Bay Business Connections. to Tampa Bay Business Connections. I'm your host, Claire Rose. Today, my next guest is the wonderful DeLynn Gaston from the mortgage firm. Welcome.
Thank you, Clara.
I'm super excited to have you here. I love DeLynn. I love...
And I love you too. One of my favorite people.
She's just this awesome lady, and I'm super excited to have her chat with you today about what it is that she does. So let's start by, it's pretty clear that you do something with mortgages, right? Because you're
Right.
with the mortgage
The
firm,
name
right?
says it all.
Right? But tell us what you really do.
Okay, so the mortgage firm is a direct lender, and we, which means that we are not brokers. I have a broker's license. However, we lend the money ourselves. It's our own money, so it's our own underwriters. Everything is done in-house. Our own underwriters, our own processing team, our own closing department. Everything is done in-house. And the thing that I really like about it is everything is done in Florida. So when you pick up the phone and call one of those, Quicken
Yes.
Loans. Can I say that?
Can she say
or
that
something
on?
like that.
I don't know.
You're talking to one of 500 loan officers that
Sure.
are sitting up in Michigan somewhere, in a little cubicle or
Right.
whatever, and the underwriters are up there, and or sometimes some of the lenders are out. Their underwriting department is out in California, so you know what? I'm right here. I'm local. You're going to run into me in the grocery store, So
With your hair in a bun and your sweats on. right?
exactly, you won't recognize me.
But you'll see me. I totally didn't know that.
Right, I
Right?
know.
And
a
I've
lot of
just
people
known you
don't.
forever. I had no idea that
Everything
it
is
was like
right
this
here.
inclusive, all-inclusive right here.
It's funny. She gave me the heads up that how am I different? That's how I'm
That's
different.
how you're different. It's right there.
There's one of the
I had
things
no
how I'm
idea.
different. Yes.
So that's really powerful, right?
I love it. I love that it's being here. I've been in the mortgage industry for like 100 years. That's what I tell people. I know. I look
And
good
she's
for
only
100.
29.
I like to say that everybody else had a lemonade stand when they were 12.
Yes.
Not me.
Not you.
I had a mortgage
Selling
office.
mortgages. That's awesome. Me too. Yeah, me too.
But it's been a long time in doing it, and I've worked at a lot of different mortgage companies over the years, a lot of different brokerage houses, a lot of different lenders, a lot of banks and stuff. And we are different from banks because we are a direct lender. Your banks, they do mortgages, and it's funny, people will go to the bank because they, I want to go to, my bank because
Right.
I love Susie, my teller.
Right.
Well, Susie, your teller is not going to be doing your mortgage.
Right.
Your mortgage is getting shipped to North Carolina.
Okay.
When you're talking to somebody that you don't even know, who's not even in the same state. I'm all about, as is Business Connections, all about shopping local, right?
Right,
Stay
of course.
here, keep
Right.
the business here in our town. Even though you might love Susie the teller, that's not who the mortgage department is, and they don't know you, and they don't know the area, and they don't know things like that. So out of all the mortgage companies that I've worked for in my 39-year career, this is the best one I've ever worked for.
Wow.
I know,
So
right?
there it is. There it is. I love the whole local idea personally.
I do
love
too.
the idea that I can pick up the phone and say,
Right.
I don't get this, or
Exactly. And that's what
or-
people do. They'll send me their
Yeah.
statement, hey, my payment went up. What happened? Well, your insurance went up. Let's call the insurance person who's also local.
Right. Nice.
Let's pick up the phone and call, the person right here down the street, that kind of a thing. I always try and keep things local. I think people appreciate that. Buying a mortgage is a very stressful thing. I had read in the
Yeah.
Wall Street Journal eons ago that buying a home is the second most stressful thing a person goes through in their lifetime.
wow. What's the first?
I'm glad you asked. Are you ready? Death of a loved one.
Oh.
And I'm like, wow, and I
We're
do
like-
this for a living.
You're ranking with death.
I know.
Wow.
No wonder I'm a little insane.
Yes. She's crazy.
Yeah, so it is.
Wow.
It's, death of a loved, obviously hugely stressful,
Right.
and buying a house is hugely stressful,
Very
as you and I were talking about
Yes.
before the show. It is. It's a lot that people go through, and I like to try and make it as easy as possible. Somewhere in the midst of all the chaos and everything, I try and give them peace. I hold their hand. I walk them through, because there's a lot, and so much has changed because of all, the whole real estate crash of the mid-2000s. The whole lending world, like I said, I've been doing this 100 years. So the whole lending world changed after that. And it still changes. It changes all the time. There's lots of changes that are always happening. Things are getting stricter on some ends. Things are getting more lenient on other ends. So there's always changes going on. It's not something that you want to do on your own.
Right.
It's definitely something you want a professional, with you to guide you through how to do it and such.
Well, and part of that stress, of course, from a consumer side, is that we don't know.
Right.
Right? We don't know.
Right.
And so the overwhelm of the not knowing
I know.
is
It's the big
super
black
scary.
hole.
Right? So all you see is this massive amount of money that you're going to now be in debt for.
Right.
Right? And you
you
want
have
this
this
beautiful
person-
home, but
And you have this person asking you for all kinds of
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
My divorce decree from
Yeah.
1989.
Right?
What?
Right.
Burned
Right?
it.
Why does that matter? Yeah,
Right.
it's scary. So you
It
feel like
is.
you're, practically selling your children or your next born for the
know.
ability to buy your home, and
know.
it can be overwhelming and scary.
It is. It really is. And I understand that, and I appreciate that, and I really try and walk people through it. Literally, I'm not kidding. I'm holding their hands. I like to say, you know what? It's like, buying a house is like sailing a ship. So you start out on this shore and you need to get to this shore. And as you go, you're going to have ups and downs.
Right.
There's going to be some swells and things like that. But the good news is I'm a dang good captain. I'm
That's
going
a
to get
wonderful
you there.
analogy. That's awesome.
You just have to trust me and you have to listen to what I say,
Right.
and I will get you there.
That's awesome. And when
Yeah.
you're down here, you're not going to see the shore over there.
Right.
At that
But
moment.
I've got
But
it in
she knows.
sight.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Boy, that's. And next time I buy my house, I would go to buy a house, because the process was super scary. And we
Yes.
did deal with a bank that was out of state because it had been foreclosed on. So it was bank owned in, I think, California or somewhere else. And
Right?
wow, it was crazy.
It
And
is.
the person that represented us, I can't
You
even
would
tell
not
you the
recommend
company
them.
or oh my word, it was an awful experience.
No, I'm sorry.
And-
And it should be such a
Should it
joyous
be?
occasion,
Yeah.
right? It should be happy for people
Yeah.
and joyous and such. I know.
It just didn't go as they said that it was going to. So having someone to hold your hand and say, okay, here's what you can expect next. Or
Exactly.
when things fall apart and you're like, now
Right.
what do I do?
Right.
You have a person, a local person that you could call, or you could literally pop into your office.
Yes, you can.
Right? And stand at your desk and go, please help me.
She's trembling. As you
I
tremble.
would have liked to have I would have loved to have somebody like that to call on, because wow, that would have made a difference.
It does.
That is
I
what
really
makes you
think
different.
it does. And for what it's worth, you're not going to get anything different from those out-of-state banks or those out-of-state loan officers or things like that, in that we all follow the same rules and guidelines.
Okay.
So it's not like, oh, well, I can go to my credit union because I've banked with them forever or whatever, and even though I don't make enough money, they're still going to give it to me anyway because I've banked with them for 27 years. No, they follow the exact same guidelines I follow. They have to. We're all mandated nationwide in the mortgage lending world. We're mandated by the Federal National Mortgage Association. If we're doing a VA loan, the Veterans Administration does the guidelines. FHA, the Federal Housing Administration, does the guidelines. So we're all mandated. We all follow the same guidelines. Might be some tweaks and some, little leeways here and there, but for the most part, we're all, if I'm saying, okay, the fact that you deposited $50,000 cash yesterday and you have no way of proving where that came from, that's going to be a problem. But it's not going to be a problem just for me. It's going to be a problem for your
for
credit union, for
everyone.
your bank, for no matter who you call. Everyone's going to
Gotcha.
want to know where that came from.
So that's good news for us as the consumer, right? Is that everyone has to, you're not going to get a better deal necessarily somewhere
No.
else. What you are going to get with you is local, personalized, caring attention.
Yes.
Right? And that's the difference.
And
That's
even
the gold.
afterward, I've lived here for 23 years in Florida, and I've been doing this, like I said, for 39 years. So there's not a lot I haven't seen. So I even tell my customers, after you close or whatever, I'm always here for you. So if something weird happens 5 years from now, call me.
Call.
Yeah,
That's
I'm here.
awesome. There's your difference right there. It's like, how am I different? I'm not different. Well, yeah, you're really different. You're really different from the experience that we had anyway, and I can't be alone in that. Right.
Right.
So-
I know.
Well, what else would you like for us to know about the mortgage firm or anything really quickly before you have to go?
Okay, so there's some cool stuff coming out. You know, again, at one time in the mid-2000s, there were all these crazy programs. You know, all you needed, honestly, was to breathe on a mirror. If you fogged the mirror up, you got a loan, and that was it. You know, there wasn't a lot. All of that stuff went away because that's where a lot of the fraud came from. And everyone went, oh my gosh, it's impossible to get a loan. It's so hard to get a loan. Well, things have changed, and they're starting to come back now. So things are coming back really nicely. We've got some great programs, down payment assistance programs, and things like that. So call me.
The person to call. Welcome back to Tampa Bay Business Connections. So this, our final segment of the day, is all about the wonderful WPBA. And so DeLynn is here again to talk about it. And why are you here to talk about WPBA?
I am one of the executive board members of WPBA, which is the West Pasco Pinellas Business Association, which we're very happy and very proud to say how it's been growing tremendously over the last several years.
It, as a matter of fact, recently it went from West Pasco Business Association to West Pasco Pinellas Business Association.
So now we like stutter. WPBA.
So we have to stop there because it's going to become a problem. But that really just means that we've expanded into a Pinellas.
Yes.
So we have another chapter group where?
The latest chapter group is out in the Trinity area, actually. And the Pinellas one is down in Palm Harbor.
Oh, yes, that is newer. Oh,
Yes.
good catch.
I
good
know,
catch.
I know.
Yeah, you're right.
So WPBA started a number of years ago. I'm not sure if if you guys have heard the background, but for anybody who hasn't heard the background, started a number of years ago with about 3 people sitting in a room. After the real estate crash, saying, "What do you want to do?
What do you want to do? I don't know.
How should we
What
make
do
some
you wanna
business?" And it has grown tremendously since then. And I do have to say, I am kind of filling in for Maria Johnson, who is our Director of Operations for WPBA. And I give tons of kudos and credits to her. She is the one who has just really taken the group and grown it. We were, for a number of years, one, just like a lot of other networking groups, one networking group. And then we just started opening up because it is a seat-specific group.
Right.
One seat per business type. And we had a lot of people who were seeing some of the things that we were doing in the community, and they said, well, I want to be a part of that. So we said, well, let's start another chapter then. So, hey, look, now we have
now we have
second. Yes, now we have 2. And then it was 2 for a long time. And then we said, hey, this is working really well, Anyway, and then when Maria came on, she really just took it to another level for us, and I love her to pieces, but I'm filling in for her today.
Well, and somebody to kind of take the reins, like in the field, so to speak. Right?
Yes.
Someone to get out there and help, members who are already members, but help new members come on board. And she
Right.
leads all the meetings, which kind of Wonder Woman-ish there. 'Cause
I
that's 5 meetings, because we
know.
have 5 chapters now, so that's 5 meetings a week
I
that she's
know.
running, plus the events that
Right.
we do. So the
events.
Bowling for Boobs.
Which is another part of it. So we're a little different from most other networking
Sure.
groups because of what we do in the community. And that all started a number of years ago. The founder is Barry Horvath. A lot of people know him. He's well known in the community. And again, we started as a regular networking group with 3 people sitting in the room, and talking about growing business, and this was right after the crash in 2010. So it's taken a long time to recover from that, but Barry has stuck it out, and we've grown and grown and grown. But one of the things that he's always wanted to do, he has a huge heart, and he always wanted to give back to the community. So it came a time, and he had a friend that whose wife was, and this is kind of how it all started, whose wife was suffering from cancer, and they had small children, and it was really close to Christmas, and here we were still trying to figure out, how to grow our business, right? Being in the mortgage business, there was no business after the real estate
really
crash.
wasn't grow, survive.
So
Right.
Barry and I said, hey, here's a good idea. Why don't we do a short sale seminar? So many people were losing their homes and short sales and things like that. And so we did this short sale seminar really for our business to grow. And we did a 50-50 while we were there, any events that anybody's been to, and I'm
Yeah.
sure you've all been to a lot of events, and they sell 50-50 tickets. And we were like, well, what do we do with the other 50%? And Barry said, I have my friend whose wife, and they have children, small children, and don't know if they're going to have a Christmas or not. So we took that money and we went and bought Christmas presents for the children. And we went, wow, that felt good.
That felt
Let's
good.
do it again next year. And
does feel good.
that is literally how the Grinch Saved Christmas
Was born. That's
and
such a
we
cool
are
story.
we just finished our ninth year.
Ninth,
year.
yes,
Which is one
yes.
of the biggest fundraisers that WPBA does
Yeah.
and giving back to the community. And we have helped so many families. I can't even count in the 9 years how many families. I probably should have been prepared with that. But
No.
lots and lots and lots of families.
We actually had standing room only this year.
Right.
Right. We were full to capacity and then some.
It's a
It was an
wonderful
amazing
community event, and we've helped lots of families who probably wouldn't have otherwise had a Christmas, and it's nice. And then, of course, our other signature event that we do is that friend of Barry's who she did pass away, and it was breast cancer. And that's, again, his heart is just amazing, and he wears it on the outside. And so we started this event called Bowling for Boobs, where we're giving to local people, everything stays local right here in the community, who are struggling right now through breast cancer.
Phew.
I
That's
know.
a kind of a crazy event too, in that people are running around,
Running around really
dressed up
crazy.
but
We
it's
sell out the
fun.
whole bowling alley.
Yes, take over the whole bowling alley is what happens,
And that is standing room only
and that
as
is
well.
room only and loud but super fun, and what a great
Yes.
thing to be raising money for. And every year, several people are impacted by
Right.
what we're able to do and what we're able to give.
Our local families. We decided a long time ago, as in any business networking group, right? We're all business people here in the community. Well, who supports us as a business person? Who supports you? Who supports me?
Right.
The person over there in the
Right.
grocery store who's buying a house.
Right.
That's who supports me. So we want to give back to those who support our
Right,
businesses.
absolutely.
We're helping them, yes, but they're helping us as well by using
Right.
our services and shopping local. So we want to give back to those people who are right here in our own community.
Which is the cool thing about WPBA, and
Yes.
really why many of us join. Right? That's why I joined, is the heart. Yes, the networking's awesome, and I appreciate that piece of it, but I love the heart of the
Right.
organization. So
That's
it's
what
not
makes us
just
different.
Yeah, that does make us different. It's not just about us getting together, networking, getting, the me, what's in it for me.
How many leads did you do? How
Right.
many,
It isn't about that, right? We're
Right.
there building relationships on a weekly basis, and then
Right.
we come together a couple times a year and to do something big and make a difference in the world around us.
Right.
That's the heartbeat of WPBA, which makes it super cool.
Which is what moves the world forward, right?
It does. Shouldn't we all just be this way?
Be nice.
Come on, let's all just be nice. Why can't we all just get along? So what else might we want to know, or might the audience want to know about WPBA? Anything cool coming up?
So,
Any changes?
Of course, we have all kinds of stuff. So, again, we started as, now we have 5 chapters. Or do we have 5 chapters?
Yes, yes we do.
I was
Yes,
like,
we
okay.
do.
So we have 5 chapters. almost every day of the week, so that, if you're not part of WPBA, feel free to jump in, give Maria a call, and see if there's an opening for you in one of the 5 chapters, because we have breakfasts chapters, lunch chapters, and then an evening chapter as well, so that people can, because some people have kids, so they can't do
Right.
nighttime. Some people have kids, and they got to get on a school bus at 9 o'clock in the morning, so they can't do
Right.
morning meetings. So we try and break it up so that hopefully there's something for everyone,
Right,
and hopefully
right.
there's room for you. Sometimes there's not. Again, 5 chapters, and we are expanding. However, a lot of the certain seats, coveted seats, have been taken in every
Right.
single group. So we're having something relatively new that we're really excited about, and it's a general membership. And more details to come on that.
Yeah.
But it's something that we're just starting, and we're going to be having a kickoff on that on April 1st, which we're real excited about. And it's going to be a breakfast thing. Again, more details on that. We're still
come.
working out some of the finer points of it, but we're real excited about that, and that's going to be open for a lot of people. If you just want to come and be a part of what we do because your heart is there
Right.
as well, we'd love to have you.
That's a great fit.
Yeah.
So for somebody who doesn't have the ability to be a part of a weekly networking, can
Right.
still be a part of what this wonderful organization is doing
Right.
in our community by kind of partnering.
So, and I don't know how much time we have left, but I did want to touch on a couple of quick things if I can. Do we have a couple of minutes? 1 minute?
We have 1 minute left.
1 minute left. Do you mind?
Less than a minute.
Okay. March 7th, we are proud to be partnering once again for the 3rd year in a row with Seven Springs Middle School for Taste of Trinity. Yum, yum. Need I say more? Taste of Trinity.
Come taste Trinity.
Food, fun, and it's a business expo as well. Lots of people come through that, so, give us a call and we'll get you a table. We're still looking for food vendors, business vendors and such, so that'll be a lot of fun. It's March 7th. It's like 11 to 2 or something like that, so it's not killing your entire weekend.
Okay, we have seconds left.
I know. And we'll just leave it at that one for right now.
It is it's like year 11 for them. So
Right.
come participate with us. We'd love to have you out there. Thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.